Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to another game, and welcome to a game featuring Phosphoru, the player who has gone for so many wacky strategies at this point. Listen, I can't do a 2-minute intro just summing up what this player has done, but basically, he goes fast castle, and he's got a few civilizations where he goes fast castle. Unique unit. Now, if you don't know the full story of Phosphoru, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you check out the playlist because the story of this player is really interesting. But I imagine the majority of you guys know who we're looking at here, okay? Now, if you think about Phosphoru, you think about civilizations that usually have really strong, unique units. You have the Sicilians with the sergeants with their timing and castle H. You pudding originally started that. Bohemians and the Hussite wagon. The Hussite wagon was nerfed, basically because of Phosphoru. The organ gun, then, is one that we've seen from him in the past and many others with the Portuguese. So you are thinking unique unit, unique unit, unique unit. And we also had the Bengalis, which was the last time, which was just crazy, where he's using the Ratha. And the theme is, it is usually a wood, gold, unique unit. Because when you make it to Castle Age with an economy that's so fragile, very hard to get food income, because food takes longer to bring in than wood and gold, right? So, yeah, wood, gold, unique unit is usually the key. The strongest ones is wood, gold, unique unit when the unique unit doesn't even need blacksmith upgrades, which is why gunpowder is especially good. I think I'm missing Turks, too. He always plays with Turks. But anyways, listen, here's where it gets interesting, okay? Because we are now at a point, very few people are surprised, right? Almost everyone's run into him. Well, we've got Phosphor just over 2K. Their elos at the time at the bottom right. And then you've got Carbo 200 elo higher. Carbo's a really aggressive Arabia player, right? I've played this guy for years. Fun fact, he did play like in La Liga at some point. Years back. Like, this guy's like really good at football as well. I don't know if maybe Hardy could put something on screen about that. Anyways. But he's so aggressive. And even him, he says, I can't go aggressive against this guy, right? Basically, everyone, it's gotten to the point where they say, no feudal age Arabia for me on the map that was designed for feudal age aggression because it doesn't work, right? Like, his strategies are beating it. So, Carbo, there's a site that a lot of people use. It's called the dashboard, and it shows all the activity happening at the 2K plus level, right? It has other things, too. It's really helpful. ab2rex.com if you want to check it out. But the live tab has 2K plus players tracked, which means if you're a 2K plus player, you queue up for a game, you get to see who else is queuing because the dashboard shows it. And when you get a game, when it says, you know, ready up or whatever, you could just look at the dashboard and it tells you who you're up against. So he didn't just random into Burmese, right? He has Burmese for a reason. And he has Burmese for very good reasons. Would upgrade for free in each age. So that helps with the fast castling, really good economy there. And then monk upgrades are 50% off. So already he's thinking like, okay, he's going to make organ guns against me. If he makes organ guns against me, I just make enough monks. Redemption's 50% off, baby. What is that? That saves like 200 gold in redemption alone. That means 2 more monks, and it's whoa, and then converts everything. That is what Carbo's thinking, okay? I gotta love how Phosphor, he never scouts his opponent. It's so funny how the opponent plays to his strat, and he doesn't scout his opponent until later on. He's just pushing in every single deer he can while he can. And he will even find extra sections on the map if they're out there. So yeah, Carbo is thinking fast castle. And obviously Phosphor is going fast castle. I can't tell you if I've ever seen him go feudal age. And yeah, there's a special little twist. A special little twist in this one. But I think because I have another game to show you in this, let's just speed up. Normally, I'd find some other things to talk about because I could act like there's other possibilities. But let's be honest. It's Phosphoru. There's no other possibilities. I think he placed a palisade here because he didn't want his villagers to get stuck there. That's very interesting. I like that. All right, so now I don't know what Carbo knows at this point about Phosphoru's current strat. But this is I've never shown this one to you guys. And he's been doing this the last week or two. And I'm in pretty consistent communication with him. But also, I'm always watching. Which will play a role. which will definitely play a role in this very video. Now, Phosphoru just waits for his opponent to show up. He's like, am I going to be Feudal Age first? I am. Great. Feudal Age upgrade comes in, so now he gets the attack in. And Carbo's like, please, no, I need to see what he's doing. No, please, don't let this happen. And that's a frustrating feeling. Market Blacksmith goes up for Phosphoru. He didn't actually idle at all, by the way. Like, this is really impressive. We're going to slow it down now. He didn't idle much. Only 7 seconds of TC idle time. So this is a pretty consistent fast castle. Pretty smooth. Even getting the wood upgrade as well. And here he comes with his scout. And Carbo's like, please, if life is fair, let me kill that. And guess what? Carbo, life isn't fair. Not all of us can be 2K2 in Age of Empires 2. And also a former professional La Liga footballer. So, yeah, life isn't fair. Okay. So I said what I said moments ago because I don't know what if Carbo is up to speed on what Phosphoru has been doing with the Portuguese. But Phosphoru, I think he's baiting people. I think his reputation is baiting people into them playing defense against a unique unit play, right? Which requires time to drop the castle, which requires time to make the unit, and by the time the units come out, the defender goes for monks, converts the organ guns, and then usually has better economy than him, and then GG, right? So Carbo, I think initially is thinking his opponent is going to go organ guns because what Phosphoru is known for is going for unique units, and organ guns are really, really strong. But that's not what Phosphoru is going to do. And with his 13-minute castle time, by the way, crazy stuff. A big reason he's able to do this, by the way, if you're wondering how he pulled it off, is because the Portuguese get the wood from the berries, and he took the berries really fast, right? Look how much faster he took the berries. That gave him extra wood, which meant he didn't have as many villagers on wood. But yeah, he's going to go monks on the front here, okay? He's going to go monks on the front. Now, I like this from Carbo, because Carbo is in the dark because he lost his scout, and is actually a really good move. He's like, okay, I don't want surprises. And Carbo might be like, okay, I'm better than this guy. I can beat this guy. He's a freaking one-trick pony. We don't want to lose to one-trick ponies. He goes, oh, he wants to go monks. Against me, I'm Permise. And what that would mean, cheaper monk upgrades, which is a really big deal. Because when you're thinking monks, you need like Redemption, which is almost 500 gold for just converting buildings or siege. Atonement, which is high 200s, maybe around 300 gold. Then the monks themselves. Now, Portuguese have cheaper monks. But just keep an eye out here, okay? So Phosphor immediately makes 2 monks. He's looking around. He's seen his opponent's whole base. Hasn't gone anywhere else. And he goes for Atonement right away. Looking for something. Doesn't see anything yet. Figures these 2 villas might as well go to gold. So we see 2 monasteries from Carbo. Now, Carbo, he has Atonement on the way. And if Phosphoru converts a villager, that monk then can't convert a monk. So you got to be really careful here with your conversions here if you're Phosphoru. So yeah, 2 monasteries from both, basically. Atonement in now for both. And now there's a new tech called Devotion, which is also 50% off for Burmese. And that tech costs food too, right? So it's not all food, but like it's really hard to get food if you're Phosphoru. So Devotion is actually huge against Phosphoru, and Scout goes down, so it's a scoutless game. So Carbo's, in my opinion, doing all the right things. He goes early Atonement. Now he goes for Devotion. But I want you to pay attention to what Phosphoru is about to research and spend 1,000 gold on. 1,000 gold. Heresy on Arabia. 17 minutes in. This might be the earliest Heresy I've ever seen. Heresy, of course, means if your unit gets converted, it dies. And so this whole back and forth of you convert me, I convert you back, that's not necessarily going to happen anymore. If Phosphoru gets a conversion, he gets to keep the unit. If Carbo gets a conversion, it simply just leads to that unit dying. Is Heresy worth it? Well, we're about to find out. Remember, there is no Devotion, and Phosphoru does not complete these conversions. He's pressing stop on his monks. Well, there he didn't. And actually, Carbo should take this opportunity. Okay, so now that's 2 monks that can't convert from Phosphoru. I think that's a big mistake here. And immediately, Carbo goes, he gets 1 conversion, 2 conversion, 3 conversion, 4 conversion. And that's the power of devotion. But that's also, in many ways, the power of heresy. Without heresy, the game's over right there. Like, just absolutely GG, right? All those monks switch sides. There's no way there's any way to come back for Phosphoru. Still, in all honesty, a really tricky scenario for him. So, he's going to go for redemption now. And Phosphoru is a player of commitment, so he's going to continue to just make more monks. I really think a big priority for him should be devotion in this situation. I played some games with him. I know he gets the tech. Maybe it just didn't feel natural here. But devotion is strong and should make the difference in some ways with the conversions. And for now, there's 6 monks here for Carbo. And Carbo, just like anytime you're up against an all-in push, he says, okay, I've done enough to defend. Now we go for the economy. Adds the second TC. Has more vills already. He figures, I could be in a good spot. Devotion just completes there for Phosphoru. So now it is Heresy, it is Devotion, and Atonement. And the monks from Carbo are advancing right past. This is crazy. Look at these monks. They walk right through the monasteries. There's hilarious. And let's see how it goes here, because you've got monks hopping out of the monastery. Now, this is where you could possibly start to see Heresy pay off, because again, Carbo's not getting any new monks. Phosphoru always will, and sometimes you convert a monk that can then convert another monk back. And so just like that, it's now 3 monks for Carbo, 2 of them running away, and you've got 6 monks for Phosphoru, who also is committing to production out of 4 monasteries, so obviously that's something. This is funny. I love this. Carbo's like, I'm taking this with me. He is taking it to Phosphoru's base, but Phosphoru doesn't have a monastery here, so who cares? Now, Redemption's in, so, you know, if Phosphoru feels he has the monk advantage, he can start to go for, it looks like a monk got converted there. He could start to go for some of the buildings, too. So, big Vil lead for Carbo, and it's just a monk war, right? But it's beginning to get a little bit dangerous for him, just because Phosphoru is producing more monks, because it's so cheap with the Portuguese. And also, Heresy has paid off at this point. The monk war isn't swinging like it was before. I think we also are seeing Carbo put more of his time and focus into the economy. And ultimately, what that economy is going to lead to here for him is Lightcap. There's so many monks out in the field, he needs a counter to this fast. Now, you can't convert enemy monasteries, but converting the market in this situation is like almost instant payout, right? The opponent has to make a new market. It's really annoying. Puts a lot of pressure on them. Here in Carbo's position, you just hear conversions all the time. And there's just monks everywhere here from Phosphoru. 50 villagers here for Carbo. I don't know if he's doing it intentionally or not, but I do believe he is. I think he is actually thinking, I already have the villager lead. I need to fight my instincts to make more vills. And I just used my food for Lycav. It's actually really smart thinking. Problem is, he's starting to lose more and more buildings. And Phosphoru has shifted villagers over to stone. So he's got nothing on wood. He's got that 1 villager on food. He's almost finished with his gold. He's got 20 monks with pretty much all the upgrades that you would want. I don't think there's any other upgrades in this age. Maybe Fervor for a bit of movement speed, but I don't think there's anything else he needs. So anyways, he doesn't waste any time. And here comes good old Phosphoru, and he's just waltzing right across the map. The villagers have gold in their hands. Their arms are tired, but they've been told to do a job. Oh, they're just going to take that gold. Okay, well, joke ruined, but we got some villagers coming forward now. Now, Phosphoru's converted some houses, deletes some houses for some space, and does not see any of this back here. He's got 20 monks. Doesn't know Lycav is out. I think Carbo, he wants time, right? And with time, he could potentially engage against this. But you don't exactly have time if the opponent is dropping a castle right between both your town centers. And so Phosphoru has to pay attention. That is a lot of bald men opening and closing their books at you. And enough conversions come in for Phosphoru. He just has so many monks, right? That he converts to Lycav. And the villagers, at least so far, are protected. I mean, Carbo's got to be like, are you freaking kidding me? Heresy on Arabia. Now he's got Lycan in my base. What in the freaking world is this crap? I'd be saying the same. I'd be saying the same. It's just crazy. And the Lycav, you know, of course, are able to potentially raid and get some kills. But the castle's just perfect. Like, I always say, if you're building a forward castle, you need to immediately deny something that they are currently on, usually. So if it's in range of a TC, it's already a good castle. If it's in range of like a main gold or main stone, obviously an amazing one as well. Too many people are placing castles like here, right? And I mean, this is probably a sore subject for me. I did earlier today place it. Actually, I've had a lot of doubt castles recently. Maybe don't listen to me on my opinions on castles. Anywho, I like the castle from Phosphoru. That's kind of the point. And Phosphoru's monks are still around and have potential to do something. Right now, Carbo seems stunned. Now, this is funny. Carbo, his TCs are going to be shot down. He doesn't really know what to do, so he's going to try and leave, right? He's going to try and get out of here. And he's going to try and counterattack because there's no way he can deal with this. This is his vision, by the way. Like, he's expanding his economy, so he thinks, okay, we avoid this area, and we then counterattack. And I just love this. His opponent's got all those monks, and he's like, yes, he's on this gold. I knew he would be here. He even knew that his opponent would be finished with this gold. Like, super smart, super heads-up play. And then he's looking back at home because there's some stuff happening. And now he doesn't have knights anymore. Oh, God. 27 monks on the field from Phosphoru on Arabia. It's crazy. And he's got 1,200 stone at the moment. So he's going to be able to build more castles if he wishes to. Again, I think same logic. You want to place the castle somewhere that immediately denies a resource. He's actually going to drop it here. I think so it's in range of that gold because he still has vision there. Carbo swoops in, comes over to the gold with the light calf he had left over now, and aims to kill the monks and kills most of them. This is a really good job there. Unfortunately, the knights do still protect Phosphoru. And one on food Phosphoru. Farm about to expire Phosphoru. Still nothing on wood. Phosphoru is going to build his castle. And like we've reached a point now for poor Carbo. It's like, is his economy even efficient anymore? Should he go back into monks to try and convert monks? Well, no, because the monks don't even switch sides anymore. The light calf makes a lot of sense. He's basically repairing this TC right now in order to just keep villagers alive. And he's like, just see ya! Just passing! See ya, guys! Now, Phosphoru is going to try his best to get conversions. And he actually started some of those conversions on the vills. So it could lead to slightly faster conversions. I know that behavior's been changed recently. What in the world? Wait. Guys, wait in line! What is this? What is this? There's a brawl after church. People were very upset with the sermon. They thought that they misrepresented or misquoted scripture. And they're having an argument out back. I don't know if this happens at your church, but, you know, I've seen it once or twice. Some people take it seriously. Yeah, Carbo's very dead. I'm insulting religion now. Well, not really. It's not getting better. Carbo obviously doesn't feel very good about the situation. He had a plan. He did not expect heresy. And this big group of monks just heals. They convert, they do everything, right? The healing is the biggest thing. I wish Capture Age had a way of showing you the amount of healing that's happening. And so he's like looking at his PC like, what is this? This isn't Age of Empires, dude. This isn't the game that I love. This isn't the game that I enjoy. This guy has completely ruined this for me. But he might not have good ecos, so maybe I can still fight on. I'm going to place some farms here, and then, oh, no, not again. Another castle. He's just going to go up over here, and he doesn't even see this. Is this the group of vills that was converted, by the way? This might have been the group of new villagers that was all brought in and converted. Knights are going to join them. Lightcap's going to join them. And Carbo calls the GG and the game ends. So, Heresy 17 minutes into the game. But to add a little bit of context, I asked Phosphoru for this. I said, Phosphoru, was there an example of Heresy recently? Because I've known that he's doing this. So a really interesting game. I just want to show you before we move into the next one, which I think is important. The amount of conversions, 45 conversions there for Phosphoru. He always gained a unit with that. Always received that unit, which if it was a monk, could have led to more healing or conversions. If it was a knight or light cav, which was very useful, could lead to kills. Burmese have half off monk techs, but they don't get heresy. So that option was not available for Carbo. Let's dive into the next game because I got some fun little backstory here with this whole heresy thing. Okay, guys. So 2 weeks ago, this game happened. And I had not spoken to Phosphoru about his heresy techniques at this time. Now, it was the same logic. He was playing Bohemians. People were expecting the unique units from him. And he was thinking they were going to go monks. This was also like just after he was going Bengalis a lot, which I also made a video on. So I knew I was up against Phosphoru because the dashboard tells you who you're up against, and I go for the Bengalis. And my thinking is I'm going to go fast castle into monks, okay? Now, he says, heyo, you will like this twist. I already knew the twist. I was downloading his stuff. Yeah, that's right. You know, I like get to bed late. My fiance's like, what happened? Why'd you get stuck in your office for an extra hour? And I was like, sorry, I had some work to catch up on. This was the work. This was it, guys. I was studying. So I had the biggest grin on my face, right? So here is my thinking. Now, Bengalis, they get the extra villagers when they make it to the next stage. So I knew economically I'd be in a better position. Their monks are armored, so they're insanely strong if things attack them. Here I am trash talking, saying the twist must be men-at-arm archers, right? But he was never going to attack my monks, right? The armor wouldn't help. Really, if you think about it logically, the best thing for him to do would be to convert my monks. If you really think about it. I have armored monks. I have better villagers. His unique unit maybe is the other option, but still. So, I wanted to fake him out here. And I wanted to go monks. I wanted to show monks. But I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So that was kind of the idea. We're going to keep this as 4 times speed for a bit. Very tempted if I should show you the game I played him. I literally played him last night as well. Like, there's just so many fun little things to talk about. We'll see if it feels relevant for this video. Because Heresy, definitely the thing we're talking about here in this episode in the journey of Phosphoru. So again, people might assume he's going for the wagons, right? He's not going to go for the wagons. He's going to go for something a little bit different. Taking a page out of Phosphoru's book, did not produce any villagers once I made it to feudal. Because I felt like doing so would not be needed since I'm already getting the bonus villagers anyways. Like, Bengalis are just insane for this. Okay, so now we slow it down. So here I am, and I need to confirm my suspicions. So I see Market Blacksmith, shocker. Okay, Fast Castle. I see villagers on gold. Also not a shock with him. What I need to find now is the stone, and I need to know, is he doing anything with that stone? Here goes my scout. Looking around. Okay, is he doing the heresy thing? Does he know that I know? Does he know that I know that he knows that no stone? Okay, so I say, okay, it's going to be monks. There's definitely going to be monks from him. He's going to try and outmonk me. Here come the 2 vills, just like he did in the previous game. And he knew my scout was over here too, so this is freaking sneaky from him. I didn't really know that part of the meta yet. Now I need to go back for a second. This game was 2 weeks ago, so I wanted to go back for a second to my base because I need to make the barracks. I am trying to sneak light cav, and I want to build this in a position that he can't see. Because if he even sees the barracks, he should then naturally think, why did he add that barracks? Did he add that for a reason? So his scout goes this way. And now I pull my vill here. So this is all intentional because I don't want to build the barracks to the front of my base because he's going to come back there. That's like the natural position to build a military building. Honestly, I should have built the barracks like back by my woodline or something. And so here he comes again. Now, he's so thorough, and he does scout it. And I actually bail on the idea. I was like, no! Like, anyways, I need to complete it now. Anyways, he did do the runaround. He's still going to be looking. Now, here's my scout. And I'm hoping to like, chase this away. Basically activate this scout into some type of battle. So it never gets back to my base. Like, that is my main reasoning behind being here. If I had any guts, I would have committed to this fight and done the coin flip. Right? Because if I kill that, oh, it's a mastermind move. But fortunately, we do out-micro him here. Villager! Villager! What are you doing? And his scout is away from this now. So I'm like, okay, that's good. I knew he was doing the whole heresy thing. I did not know he was going for freaking free 3 monasteries on my gold. I had no clue. This is good for us, obviously. But basically, he saw a barracks being constructed. Didn't come to the conclusion that this could be Lycav. And I want you to pay attention. It's been a little bit since I've watched this. But I want you to pay attention to my, what I'm doing with the market, sorry. So, I'm gonna have the scouts producing. I also have monks on the way. He goes for early atonement. He's going for another monastery. I actually think he canceled atonement because he didn't see monks yet. Not sure exactly what happened there, but in my opinion, I did ask him specifically, but we had some... well, no, I did ask him specifically. I just don't remember all the discussions. I'm pretty sure he's saving for... oh, he's saving for redemption. Well, maybe he wasn't saving for heresy. Now he cancels that too. So anyways, I'm like... I went over to look to see what he's doing. I don't see anything. And now I see this, and I'm like, huh? That's a pretty terrifying thing to see. He goes for devotion now. We are both buying food and selling food where need be. I'm going for the Lycav upgrade. And I can't help myself. I'm going for the relics. He goes for heresy, right? He's definitely saving for heresy. And now the game ends because of the patch! What? Oh, this was 2 weeks ago. The game's already broken. Crap. Well, I guess I'm going to show you the other game then. Well, spoilers. He goes for heresy. He has like 6 monks. I have atonement, so I'm converting some of his monks, which lead to kills, and then I have Lycav swarming around him. And basically at that point he goes, didn't expect that. And he said he didn't realize the barracks is going up because we had a discussion or something along those lines. Okay? Makes sense? I hope that makes sense. So, sorry about that. You didn't really get to see the end of it. But let's show the game I played against him last night. After certain events had transpired, we had talked about heresy, etc. Okay, guys. So, sorry that game was a mix-up, but I guess it's good that we have this one as well. So, basically at this point, I knew... he was trying the heresy thing, okay? I showed him, like, I mind gamed him there with the Lycav, all right? And then had some discussions on the whole heresy thing. And so I knew it was a thing, but I still hadn't watched him at least, like, over the last, like, 7 or 8 days to know, like, kind of what he was doing, right? So I went for Bengalis here, and as I'm, like, here in Dark Age thinking about things... I was like, oh, shoot. I don't actually get heresy, right? Now, last time I went for Lycav, and I do still think that going for Lycav is kind of like the safe approach. But then I was like, what if I go Lycav and he goes organ guns? So maybe he's going to go organ guns, expecting me to go Lycav, and then they just go monks, and then I convert his organ guns, and then I win. So that was like, I don't know. It's like all these mind games and these guessing games. I wasn't sure exactly what he was going to end up doing. And I'm not really sure exactly what he was expecting me to do. But the reality is I'm going to try and play towards monks. And, well, the heresy thing that we just saw becomes a little bit of a problem. And, you know, these games all come together in a certain way. Basically, like, after certain games I have discussions with him, he ended up telling me that he changed one thing in a future game after one of the things we talked about here, which again, don't want to sound like I'm teasing you at this point, but we'll get to it. All right. So we wish each other good luck, have fun. I rudely ignored him. He said heyo a minute in, and then he said heyo again 4 minutes later. I was too busy pushing deer. And we're just going to keep speeding up here, obviously, because we kind of know, spoilers, what's happening. I kind of like the fast castle style of Arabia. It's pretty chill. And like, I think this whole phosphoruing with the Bengalis has actually made me really obsessed with this civilization. Like, you getting the additional villagers twice in such quick succession with the fast castle is really nice. Civilization is very strong, or very awkward to play, depending on your particular style. Whoa, so I haven't watched this wreck yet. He went to stone? Oh, wow. Okay, so Phosphoru's on stone here. So this actually looks very, very similar to the strategy that we talked about, where he would go for the organ guns. His old strategy was always go to stone, not mine gold, end up building a castle somewhere that would be near the wood, near the gold, and then you could make organ guns. Let's see what he does here. Obviously, I played this game. This was, I think, 2 nights ago? Something like that. I've been playing the game way too much. But it's good I do, because we get this content, I guess, right? We got market, we got blacksmith, good stuff. And he sells some stone, sells some wood even, and clicks up. Huh. Well, this is interesting, guys, the fact that he's been on stone. I think that he adapts his plan here. I think he sees market blacksmith from me. He sees my villagers on gold, which, sorry, just to show you. Yeah, watch this. So right now he's thinking organs, 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 organs. He sees blacksmith market and he sees I'm on gold. And he thinks, okay, Bengali monks have the armor. It's really strong. It's a losing play if I go into a castle. And, you know, organ guns, since they're losing me the game, can't be my option now. We have to shift into full monks. Wow, so he actually shifts his plan. That's interesting. I did not know that. I do actually remember seeing this mining camp at some point, but I didn't really think too much about it. Wow, I really like the fact that he adapted like that. That's really smart thinking. Because, yeah, like, the Bengali monks are really well armored. I'm showing that I'm clearly going to go for monks. Now, I sold my stone. I was like, I have no interest in having any stone this game. Remember that comment. No stone for me. And I'm really trying to find out what he's doing, and I see 2 villagers. And I'm like, okay, buddy. Now we have the same scout HP here. And especially if there's going to be monks. No one wants to lose the scout war. And yeah, instead of just running the whole time, if you like go around a corner, sometimes it'll give them that extra hit. So if you go around a corner like that, try and get a hit as you move. It gives you a bit of separation. I have the stronger of the 2 scouts now, which means I can go scout as base, market shenanigans from both of us. And I'm going to go 1. And I'm going to go 2 monasteries. Trying to remember, did I know that Bengali... I'm coming off like I know everything here. It's also quite late. I shouldn't be recording videos this late. I've been recording videos for the last 7 hours, so I hope you appreciate the videos this week. But, I'm almost banking gold.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I paused, guys. I'm a liar, okay? This whole video is false. At the start, I was like, oh, yeah, Bengalis don't get, they don't get heresy. I didn't actually remember at this point in time 2 nights ago, okay? That was a tech tree pause. Because I think I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. I don't get heresy. Oh, maybe monks isn't a good idea. Which is why I was like, I went light cap before. Maybe it's not fair to say that I didn't know. I didn't retain the knowledge. I didn't remember. Okay, so anyways. So I see his monasteries. And I'm getting atonement now to convert his monks. And I figured, let's get to town here, right? Like, we've got really good economy because we got the extra villagers. Let's make it crazy. Let's put a stop to this as quickly as possible. Let's be as annoying as we can be. Be the biggest micro nerd possible. And so far, we have done a fantastic job with the timings and the control. This scout, stronger than this scout. I'm waiting for his monks to hop out because I've got atonement, and I'm just on it, guys. And he is to delete that. That's not heresy. He deletes it. Unless I missed him completing heresy because I've been too busy complimenting myself. And I said, you know what? We have to put a stop to this one, okay? Because the heresy thing, that could be a real problem for us. So my solution was build a tower directly next to the monasteries. Also going to place some gates. So if he sets rally points to send his monks back towards his base, I wanted them to path awkwardly, but they hop out now. I have to be ready. The scout needs to attack. He does get a conversion. I get a conversion as well, but now the scout's his. It's awkward times. Not a good day to be a monk, depending on the color, I suppose. And he's going to run away now having a scout, but the tower pays off, and he actually deletes the monastery. And deletes that monastery too, so I'm like, all right, this is going to be a quick game. Easy game, easy life. Can't wait to just, you know, not have to play monks on Arabia. But he's not done fighting yet, guys. And there's ever a player that have a chance in this situation, it would be our boy Phosphoru. He is going to go for devotion now. And that upgrade completes. And, well, we're still able to get some really nice opportunities here. He's had to delete, like, what, 4 monks or something? 2 monasteries. We've done a really good job just hitting the timings here. But keep in mind, back at home, I don't really have consistent food eco. But from what I can see, I figured we just continued to hold the front of his base, because his monks can't easily convert my monks if there's tower fire that they have to deal with. The towers have 8 range, the monks have 9 range. So he can actually outrange the towers slightly. Not to mention there's not many arrows from a tower when it's not garrisoned. So I've got 11 monks. I'm now getting devotion, and I'm now getting fletching for the towers. Resources collected is close. Honestly, we've had very similar idle TC time. I think it just comes down to the fact that I got a couple extra vills, right? And that's probably what makes the difference. I, of course, could lose those vills at some point. And this is a monk war. Now, I've said before, I suck with monks. Phospher actually believes he sucks with monks as well. I think he's pretty good with them. Here we go, going for conversions. And, sorry, I don't have my monk mod turned off here. I had to switch some stuff around here to find the game. We had some issues, but worked out really well for me there. Really well. Got some decent conversions back. His monk's still just chilling here. I mean, I still can't believe this is high-level Age of Empires. I don't understand how the game works. And I'm going to build another tower, because I'm like, all right, surely we got this. Surely, if this tower is up, we win this game, right? Surely. Now, I also am snagging some relics. I figured I didn't need all my monks here, and that relics would be helpful. And I'm buying food. I mean, the price of some of these things is just crazy if you look at the market rates. I wanted to get Bodcanero to give my towers a little bit more spice, a little bit more power. But now I'm out of berries, so I've got to add some farms. Beautiful economy for me. Very well-balanced economy. Very well-balanced economy from Phospher. I mean, we both are such good macro players. It's really unbelievable. That's a lot of monks. But still, every time I've converted one of his units, I've gained it, right? So, you know, so far so good for me as far as the whole heresy worry is concerned. But now he's researching it. So, yeah. Having a fun time here. My plan was like, anytime he starts to convert the vills, I just put them in the tower and just go in and out, in and out, in and out. I see his monks moving around. I actually played with this little pointer mod. I find it very useful, but when there's this many monks, it looks ridiculous while casting, so I'm sorry about that. I've added more farms, and now I'm worried that he will come to my base and convert my vills, and I am hoping to convert his vills. So it is now a vill conversion war. That is how we will take out each other's economy. In a normal game, you make scouts and archers. In a Phosphoru game, you make monks. Now, we both have devotion. He gets a conversion there. And there I realize Heresy's in. And I'm like, these are the monks that run when they know that they can't get Heresy. I was like, oh, that's bad. That is very, 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 very bad. So I instantly, like, couple Vils over to this gold. Vil's still on stone. Actually mining his stone here. And so I'm hoping to take good enough trades and that the towers can kill the monks. Look at how many monks he has, though. Look at how quickly they heal. It does look like we might get a kill. Essentially have him distracted here. He's converting over here. And I was able to get a couple kills with conversions and tower over here. Question mark? I mean, guys, we're doing it on both sides some of the time here. Like, this is not easy, man. Like, I've already got carpal tunnel syndrome setting in at the age of 31, which, believe me, I'm not happy about it. And these games aren't helping, Phosphoru, I'll tell you what. So, I'm scared he's going to convert my stuff. It's a rough life. And this basically continues. For a very long time. I just have to try and win the Monk War when he has the tech which should somehow help him win Monk Wars. We still got decent enough conversions. And the fact that he's losing monks is still a positive for me. And now these towers going up is just amazing. Now, this game is like slowed down / sped up at the same time. I don't really know how to describe the situation. But what you're about to see was so utterly frustrating and ridiculous. I almost wanted to save it for the other video, like I said. But because we talked about Heresy in this episode, I feel it's best to be on the other side of an embarrassing situation, let's say. Okay? He just researched Redemption, all right? Which means you can convert enemy buildings, except for monasteries, castles, crepos. Notice, I did not include towers in the list. Okay? Towers, you can convert. It's not something you see all the time because monks are pretty fragile, but it is possible. And here I go chasing down his monks. His monks are just running away. Here I am in and out of towers and trying to get conversions and then backing up with the hope of, like, my towers. If he chases me too far, I'm hoping my towers are able to get a kill there. Whoa, hold on a second. Did you see that? I think this is a bug. Watch this. So I'm converting a monk. I mean, there already is a bug with the way following works with monks right now, which I realized the other night is still in the game. Okay, so I start to convert this monk. It goes into the TC. They stop converting. The second it leaves the TC, my monks are back on it. I don't think that's normal. Anyways, still chasing over here. This is hilarious. All these men just chasing each other. I'm still not getting any conversions, which is really disappointing. I'm waiting for them to come in. It still hasn't happened. And I'm going to go for guard tower. That's my plan. My plan is to go for guard tower. Now, Phosphoru is almost out of gold. Like, I'm pretty sure that he tasked these villagers when they finish this gold to head right over here. Here comes some conversions, by the way. So, again, really difficult situation for me to manage this. And he's got more monks than me, and we're just converting each other. It's a grand time. Siege tower. Siege tower. Okay. So he's trying to use the siege tower to block the arrow fire, which I've focused on in different episodes. You cannot put monks in siege towers. So it is villagers in the tower. I'm getting guard tower. He's sitting underneath the towers with a lot of monks trying to convert the towers. And the whole time, I've, like, garrisoned, and I'm, like, clicking and clicking and clicking. And he got one of the towers. So now my bills need to run. Now we got the second tower, but those were just watchtowers. Phosphoru isn't finished yet. Now he says, give me an upgraded tower, baby. Give me another type of tower. Still trying to convert monks, still fighting with the vills, still trying to convert the tower, still didn't convert the tower. Over here, these guys are just standing around. His towers, which used to be my towers, killed my vills. This siege tower is perfectly blocking the freaking 2 towers here. Like, and I guess these guys are out healing? Yeah, this one was actually targeted on this monk. Oh, this is insane. I'm getting murder holes. I'm getting murder holes for towers I am not going to own anymore. I mean, I think he would need to research murder holes to be able to shoot things underneath these towers once they're his. Anyways, I'm just like, are you kidding me, Phosphoru? What is this? 1, 2, 3 towers converted now. A lot of monks are going down now, but now he owns every single one of my towers. And I said I'm sick of it. And I just have to delete the monks because I don't want to give him my monks. It's just crazy. Anyways, we somehow won-ish over here. I've got 17 monks. He's got 16 monks. And I just felt like my economy was so much greater than his. Because of, I think just, I don't know, I was just creating lots of vills. I had farms. I didn't see any farms from him, right? It just felt natural. The score as well at the bottom right would indicate that I have a pretty big lead with economy. He now has a line of towers to defend his base, which is a little frustrating. But I thought, well, I need a combination of monks and towers. We got freaky ballistics. We got murder holes. We've got bodkin arrow. And I had a bit of an epiphany because of this guy. This guy is Friar Tuck. And so I had sat Friar there to, you know, just keep an eye on the gold situation. And I deleted Friar, but I felt like I couldn't engage this. He's about to convert another tower. This is just stupid. I just, what is it, 6 towers are going to get converted? So I felt like engaging this would be a mistake. So I delete it. I felt like I'd win this game as long as I held on for a bit, right? Actually had food eco set up so I could think about light cav, which is probably what I should have considered in the first place. But we had the whole mind game, so there's the barracks. I still need to wait for the stable. I mean, I just placed a new lumber camp on this wood line. I'm really terrified to move out anywhere. But I thought, like, okay, his monks are cheap, of course, but I need to find a way to stop him making monks. Because I don't have confidence that I can necessarily deal with these monks. Or, like, that's a way that I could lose the game, is if I take a monk engagement. I don't have Heresy, he does, and then, obviously, big problems. But I thought, Friar showed me the way. So if I can just show up to his gold and just, like, convert some of those vills, send them wherever, it's just going to be more difficult for him to make more monks. And I'm panicking. I'm sweating. Look at all the resources I bought here. I'm buying wood. I'm buying stone. I just want towers everywhere. And he's converted my house. He's converted my mill. Here comes this random siege tower. It's just Phosphoru things, man. It's so silly. So anyways, he's going to try the same technique as before, where he tries his best to use the siege tower to block things. But I'm starting to focus on his gold. So him fleeing this gold, that's a pretty big deal. That's villager time where they're not collecting gold. We got like 5 or 6 kills there. And here we go again. He's going for more towers, as if he didn't have enough. Now, what I didn't have before was all the towers filled with vills. And here I do have that, and it's really making a big difference. Well, I had it. Now these guys aren't in the tower anymore. But I've got all my towers, or had all my towers filled with vills. His monks are starting to get sniped. These villagers are just attacking the very tower that they built. It's a weird thing. It was a really unsafe work environment. They weren't paid enough, so now they're rioting. And the rioters are going to win. And just in case, I've added another tower here. Phosphoru's having some big problems because I'm still over here in his gold. But all of a sudden, he starts to convert my monks again. And I had a couple bad engagements where he was gaining my monks. And I said, I'm freaking out of here. And I said, okay, let's put an end to it. And let's just try to use all this food we have for light cav. I was actually debating on going imp. Because I feel... I don't even remember. Did I click imp at this point? My mind is all blur. It's very hard to, like, maintain normal composure. Where are these vills even going? Like, I've got 7 towers converted. I've got 2 gates in the middle of the map. These villagers are, for whatever reason, going to run over here. They're going to work on Phosphoru's gold. Or at least she refused. And yes, I'm on the way to the Imperial Age at this stage. 44 villagers against Phosphoru's 35. I will receive a grand total of plus 2 villagers from making it to the next stage. Now, think about this, guys. I have made, like, 14 towers in this game. I've researched Bodkin, ballistics, guard tower. I've made who knows how many monks. I'm only 7 vills ahead. And here he comes to drop a castle on my freaking face. He's going to win the monk war. He's going to win the monk war because of heresy. And so I just click these monks away. I'm like, oh god, this is awful. And I'm hoping to get the food to make light cav. But as we saw in the other game in this episode, it's like, it's really hard to get enough light cav to deal with this. So I'm panicking here. And so I figured, okay, he doesn't have a lot of vills there. Maybe if I could just guard tower it, I'm going to be prepped. Now, here's where he got a little distracted. We garrison the TC. We killed 2 monks. We can now complete the tower. These guys are still running. He's bringing more vills to go complete that castle. He feels like he has to complete that castle. It's directly on top of my monasteries. I don't know if he expected me to have ballistics at this point. The way he's moving his vills from side to side makes me think like he was trying to, you know, have a bit of a runner. But yeah, the castle goes up. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And he gets some conversions on the light cav. And he calls the GG. And I say, this is Age of Empires. The fact that, okay, so right now, when the game ends, I have an 8 population lead. Let's go back 4 minutes. Well, I had a 6 population lead. There I had a 20 population lead. I mean, there were just points in the game where it felt like I was more ahead than this particular point. Basically, what would change at this point, though, is, well, I think I have light cav. My monks would have extra range over him. I wouldn't really have a real answer for this castle, though. Which makes me think he might have actually had a little bit of a chance, in all honesty. I don't know. I guess these villagers needed a job. This was just crazy. Okay, so this game ended. I was very impressed with what Heresy did. I really felt as though Heresy almost won the game for him. Because, like, the start was disastrous. Losing his monasteries were awful. The early engagements for us in early castle were so good. Like, it should have really never been something he could come back from. So, I was like, hey, like, if you had any games with Heresy, let me know. And then he said, no, I didn't have any on this patch, blah, 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 blah. And then he sent me the game where he played against Carbo. So it was apparently like the next evening or something. So yesterday at the time of recording, he sent me the game that I showed you earlier where he did have one of the good situations with Heresy. But honestly, I felt like maybe this game was a better example of how strong Heresy is than the other one, just because it went on a little bit longer. And also that, but also Portuguese monks are so freaking cheap, man. All that savings on cheaper gold units just pays off so much. And you could see here just with the amount of monks that he produced that he created quite a few more than me. So that's the update on Phosphoru. That's kind of what he's up to at the moment. It is funny. He said he wanted to avoid monk wars. I say I hate monks and I'm not really good with them. He says the same. But the funny thing is, it's like with the way his strategies work, a lot of people go monks. And then the fastest way, sometimes the best way to beat someone who's going monks is to then one-up them. Initially, it was devotion, where, you know, when that tech was new, but now everyone's getting devotion. So you got to go for heresy next. 1,000 gold. Pays off sometimes. Anyways, GG, let me know what you think. Sorry, I got a little scatterbrain near the end here. We had to, like, hop onto, you know, some different nicks and download some recs. Phosphoru had, like, changed a name or something. We finally found it, and I'm also quite tired here. So I hope you guys appreciated the effort. If you appreciate the content, just leave a comment, leave a like, let me know, and obviously keep it coming for you. So thank you guys, and yeah, hope to bring more Phosphoru content to you in the future. I just hope it's not when I play him. At least not all the time. You know, it just gets to be a bit much sometimes.